Hi everybody, it's Marcy Crabtree with Ben and Me, and I'm so excited that you guys have taken time to come and hang out with us tonight. I want to introduce you all to my friend Lee Benz. I'll tell you a little bit about my background with Lee, how I met her, and why I'm so excited to be hosting her tonight for this webinar. I have one son. If you follow my blog, Ben and Me at all, then you know a little bit about Ben. He's just finishing up his 8th grade year, so we are getting ready to start high school in the fall. And about a year ago, I started panicking about that. We were getting ready to start the 8th grade, and we have been a Delight-directed homeschool for many, many years, not from the very beginning, but pretty early on in our homeschool journey. And about a year ago when we were planning 8th grade, I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is the transition year. I've got to figure out how to transition Ben into high school. No more of this loosey-goosey Delight-directed kind of stuff, you know, almost kind of borderline unschooling. I'm imagining that suddenly we're going to have to go from all those wonderful living books and field trips and hands-on projects to, you know, textbooks and science labs and, you know, school at home instead of homeschool. And so I planned our year in that manner and realized about a month in this is not working very well. And fortunately, I had met Lee a couple of years ago in an online community where we both hang out, and I found out very quickly that she is the guru for homeschooling high school. So I started paying close attention to her and what she was saying. I started reading her blog and collecting her books on Kindle, and when I got really panicky a month in to our 8th grade year about this isn't working out very well and what am I going to do, I went to her and I said, okay, tell me, can I still do Delight-directed learning in high school, and, you know, what's going to happen with Ben? This isn't working out very well. And she very quickly calmed me down, first of all, and let me know that, you know, I'm the teacher and I get to design our homeschool, and that, yes, indeed, Delight-directed can be a huge part of that. So that was the first thing she did, was just calm me down. The next thing she did was give me the total transcript solution, which she's going to talk to you guys about a little bit later. So I want to encourage you as the evening goes on to be sure you hang in to that part of the webinar, because it is life-changing. It is an amazing package that will hopefully, my prayer really for you tonight is that when you log off your computer that you have a weight lifted off of your shoulder. If you have any concerns or nerves or fears about homeschooling high school, or if you're already kind of in the throes of doing that and you're struggling and unsure of where to go to next, that you will feel calm and assured by what Lee has to say tonight. She is a homeschool mom. She homeschooled her 2 sons all the way through high school. Both of those boys went on to college with full tuition scholarships to the first college of their choice. And I have to think that a lot of that has to do with how well written their transcripts were, so, and how well formed their homeschools were based on their interest and their passions, and that those things were able to come through on the transcripts that Lee designed for them. I'm really, really excited about this tool as we begin high school in the fall, and there are a few reasons why. First of all, I know that I'm going to be prepared, and that helps just alleviate so much fear and so much pressure for me. You know, that pressure that I started feeling even a year ago before we were even starting high school. I already feel just calmer, like I mentioned before, and better about that. I know that Leah's put together a system of tools that will make it a breeze to not only open up a Word document and physically create Ben's transcript, but also one that's helping me learn how to translate our personal homeschool method into courses that are not just acceptable
on his transcript, but that will glow with his passions and his interests and giftings and accomplishments. I want that three-dimensional Ben, to show up on his transcript like Lee mentioned earlier. Also, I think right now I can really only imagine how valuable it'll be to have all of this information at the beginning of Ben's high school years. I'm just thrilled that I don't have to change how we homeschool, what we're already doing. I don't have to create a new homeschool style. I don't have to replace all of the wonderful literature and hands-on projects and traveling and field trips that we do. Instead of changing from all of that to a more textbook and test kind of approach, Lee is helping me through the Total Transcript solution to learn how to translate how we homeschool into those words and numbers that the colleges will understand. Ben's thrilled that he doesn't have to go from all the wonderful learning we've been doing all these years to to tests and textbooks, and it's just super freeing for me to learn that I get to assign his grades without giving tests. I can also think of a few advantages the information in the Total Transcript solution will provide as we're planning his courses. It's great to know all of this up front. There are some things that I know that we would want to include on his transcript that I might have forgotten, kind of like the woman with the Latin. If he did, I don't know, an anime or some kind of art class outside of our homeschool in the fall of his freshman year, by the time I got to the senior year where I'm scrambling trying to put together a transcript, I might not even remember that he did that art class. And so it'll be great up front to have all this information as we're planning those different courses, and I can get those recorded right away. Also, as Ben is a CrossFitter. He loves CrossFit. He trains like 3 days a week, and I want to be able to incorporate that into more than just, a PE class. I want to make that into more of an exercise physiology course for him. And so using the tools that Lee has in the Total Transcript solution, I will better know how to piece that together to present a transcript with exercise physiology rather than just, a PE class like she was talking about, making, you don't want just English 1 or English 2. Well, I don't want just PE. I want people to understand, or the colleges to see that, CrossFit's more than just PE, and adding everything else in with it makes it a much richer course as well. I think it'll be great that I'm going to be able to keep track from the very beginning so I don't end up missing, lots of other things as well. So those are the big things that I'm most excited about. Also, in the course I learned that I need to be sure I'm looking ahead at state requirements, if my state or your state has any requirements, and how to distinguish between what are really requirements for homeschools versus what are requirements for just public school that don't really apply to homeschool or to private school. So that was really interesting to learn about. And then making sure that I understand what college requirements are as well, so that I make sure that if Ben's on the college track, which I will prepare him to be on the college track whether he plans to go to college or not. So like Lee said, if he changes his mind later, I want for him to have been prepared. So it's important to understand in the very beginning of his high school career how to know what colleges will require as well. So those are the main things that jumped out at me, in the beginning. I know that as we go along, it's just going to get richer and richer, and I'm going to learn more and more, but I'm thrilled, and I hope that you guys, after just listening to her talk, what she did tonight is the tip of the iceberg compared to what she offers in this program. There are so many just tools, not just the information, but the tools that you need to do a great transcript and to be able to put together your classes and credits and grades. So Lee, thank you so much